Hi, my name's Gus Cameron, and I'm the owner of This Old Chopper. Welcome to another week. So this thing here, 08 Street Glide, had an engine light going on a couple times. I was able to clear the code, and I read the code, one code, and I can't remember what the number was, but it told me that it was my electronic throttle position sensor was the code. So I'm just thinking out loud that I pulled the connector apart. I'll show you. And I just think I'm going to just give it a little clean with some contact cleaner, electrical contact cleaner. Don't ask me where I got it from. Yard sale somewhere, maybe. I'm going to let it dry, give it a wipe, and plug it back together and see maybe if that stops the code from coming in. Because when I get an engine code, and I found it when I was traveling to PEI and back, when you get an engine code, you got no cruise control. So you got to hold the throttle the whole way. And it's hard on the wrist. I know you guys ride all kinds of miles with no cruise, but I like my cruise, I like my stereo, I like my comfort. So I'm going to give it a spray and see if I can make a difference. I got a ride coming up on Wednesday, I think, down to Churro to meet the president, the new national president. And we're going to go down, take this down, and go have supper. So I just want to do this. I want to air it out, let it sit, clean it, wipe it, and see if I can make any differences. So yeah, that's what I'm doing. We'll do some more later. And there it is right there. So I just give it a little squirt. And in case you can't figure out how to operate this plug, I couldn't find anywhere online. You push down on it. You push down on it. Plug goes towards the inside. So you push down. It lifts it, and you can pull it off. That's how that works. So I'll probably title 2008 Throttle Position Plug Removal, because there's nothing online that I can find. While we're back at it, cleaning that position sensor, that throttle position sensor, didn't do a damn thing. I was watching some other videos, and it's a fly-by-wire throttle, so it might need to be replaced, the fly-by-wire replaced, and because these are bigger bars than stock, so they probably got some kind of extensions on the wires from here up to the throttle position. So I don't know if it's a factory. You can get factory 4-inch extensions to do that kind of a job, or somebody might have soldered extensions on the stock wires to make them longer, make them work. I don't know what was done. I didn't do it, so I have to check that out. So yeah, I mean, it works. I get the code. I get the engine light is on. And when I have the engine light, I don't have any cruise control, which is a bit of a drag, especially if you're traveling on the highway. So I do know, from here to the highway is only like, Dunbrack is only like 2 or 3 minutes. And as soon as I get there, I put the cruise on. Then I bump the cruise up and I bump the cruise down. And as long as I'm using the cruise, I don't get the engine light. The minute I try to drive for 20 minutes, I'll get an engine light, then I get no cruise. Anyways, that's another job for another day. And I'll show you what I'm working on right now. So one of the things that this needs for its roadworthy mechanics inspection is what it's called. I was already talking to the shop that's going to do it for me. And he listed off all the things that need to be done, need to be working. And one of them is front brake light switch. Needs to turn on the brake light. So I got the foot one working. It'll turn on the brake light, but this one's not hooked up. And in here in here, there's a switch. It's in there. I'll try to turn the camera around and show you. It's right up here at the top. I'm going to put some terminals on it. I'll show you the terminals I bought. So they're really tiny, tiny, tiny terminals. They're in here. The smallest ones at the top there. So I'm going to put a couple of put a couple of wires together. I hate to waste a couple of terminals, but I'm going to wire it the easiest way possible, and that's hooking up that switch. And I think what you do is you put power to it, and when it's not activated, it is activated when it's depressed. The switch is depressed because you're not pulling on the brake lever. When you pull on the brake lever, the switch pulls out, and the lever moves away from the switch, which makes the switch close, which completes the circuit. So I'm thinking you put power to it and power all the way to the light. So when the lever lifts off the switch, the circuit's complete, puts the brake light on. So that's the easiest way to get a brake light, a front brake switch, rear brake light, right? If I cannot figure out how to get that switch working, then I got a pressure switch. Got a pressure switch. I got a T, a block. So I'm going to break the brake line, put the block in, put that on there. I got some extra adapters in case I need fittings. But this is a pressure switch which activates your brake light. So when this senses pressure, it closes the circuit, which closes the circuit on the brake line. Sends power to your brake part of your bulb, which is the other element, the other filament. I've got them, it's up here. Where do I got it at? Oh yeah. So down here, right here, that's a brake switch, brake light switch right here. It's just it's kind of like a banjo. So I know it works. I just got to get that working before I go for my little mechanics inspection. Then we'll be on the road. All right, we'll see what happens a little later on. Like I said, I'm going to do the terminals first. That's the easiest thing to do, I think. I'm going to do the terminals, and I'm going to put a meter on it. I'm going to see if the switch is working with the meter. You can check resistance, right? And then run some temporary wires to see if I can make that brake light come on. And if that won't work, then I'm going to put the pressure switch on, right in the brake line. This is the brake line coming down into this block where it pairs and goes down to both rims, both rotors. So I'm gonna undo that fitting and put the T in it and see if I can make it work. So that's what I'm up to. Let's see what happens. Here's what I got figured out. You saw this part yesterday. The T-block with the pressure switch in it. It senses pressure and connects the two lines together. One side is power, one side goes to the light. So it provides power to the brake light. And it's on my front. So here's what I got. I picked this up today. It's a fitting. You can't get double males. It's no such thing. No such thing. So I got an 8-inch line. I'm gonna cut it. I got my brake line tools. So I'm gonna make it this long. Sorry, damn. Plus the clamp. Then one side of that is gonna go in here, and that's gonna go in the distribution block on the front of the bike, and the brake line will go in the other side. So let me flip it around and I'll show you what I'm up to. All right, So you can see this, right? So this is coming from the master cylinder, goes into this block, right? And then it goes down each side to each rotor. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna make that double male, I guess you could call it. I'm gonna put that in there like that. And then I'm gonna put the brake line in this side. So I gotta break the fitting, get it all rigged up, and see, I could make it go like that. I think I'll just let it hang, and then I'll do something with the wires. It's gonna stick out probably here somewheres. I don't freaking know. Maybe I should rethink this a little bit better. What a freaking pain in the ass. And I also got one of these ordered. This is the micro switch that goes in the lever. You see the two terminals on it. It threads in. It's got this washer. But this is collapsed. It's got no pin. It's got no pin. It's collapsed. So this is coming from Fort 9 in 3 days. It was $8, $15 shipping. So I think potentially I might try to shorten that, do my flare. It's a double flare. I got the double flares right there. Old school. In case I do use it, because it's no good long like that. I'm gonna look at it a little longer and see if I can figure out if I should bend that or what. How should I configure this? All right, so it's either this or that. One way or another, I'm gonna have rear brake light when I apply the front brakes. What do you think of that? That's gonna work. That'll go in there like that, right? And then the brake line will go in there. Jeez, I think I did it. Old school shit, what? There's the double flare. Instructions. Good thing they were there. And the flaring tool. The yoke, there's the yoke. So yeah, that's pretty damn cool. I don't know if I should take it all apart or not. Anyways, we'll see what happens. I'm just looking at this mess, and if I put this here like that, then my brake line is going to be way out here. It's going to be sticking out, past the palm, which is, seems like it's going to be in the way. But what about if I did this? Take that fitting off, screw it in the bottom, and then screw this fitting into that block. That ain't too bad. It's ugly, but what the hell? I think I'm gonna put it up there. Instead of making everything stick way out down here. I think that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna go up here. Then I can bundle the wires and send them down here with the rest of the wires. I gotta send power to it, then I gotta send power back to my tail light, brake light. Let's see what happens. Holy shit. We got some gear now. Oh. The bike is titled in my name. I went out this morning and titled it. No problem. It's all good. And I got some more stuff. I'll turn it around and let you see. Chain guard. FX chain guard. And oil pressure sensor, low oil pressure sensor, chain guard going on there, And I'm gonna change up that, I'm gonna put that switch, that brake switch. I'm gonna put it right here. I'm gonna take this off the bars just so I'm not dripping friggin' .4 all over the place. Wrap it up and try to make it safe. I don't want that shit on my paint. But yeah, we're getting her done, and we're gonna be going for get a mechanic to sign off on the mechanical fitness of this thing, and then I take that to the registry and get my antique plate, and then we're riding. All good. Yeah, I got some stuff done. Let's check it out now. Let's check it out. So I put the low pressure switch on the oil pump, and that's the light. And if I turn the key on, I should have low oil. And I do. God dang. So that's one thing I got fixed. Yeah, so that's good. It's all nice and tidy. I put that extra ground that Sean wanted me to run to the starter because it draws a lot of power to that starter, and he wanted an extra ground on there. So it's coming off right here. This is the ground that Sean put on the other day to the frame. It's all good, and there's another one going right straight down to the starter. So that's fixed. That's ready. Check this out. Doesn't that look good? What? Chrome chain guard. That's required for a safety check, for a roadworthy, for a mechanic's fitness, automotive fitness inspection. So that's good. What else did I do? Oh my God, wait till you see this. That's where I put the pressure switch for the front. Yeah, I know, a little ugly. Guess what? It has a purpose. I didn't want it to be down here and ugly up all that. I don't want it down on my calipers. So I got my voltmeter set to continuity with an alarm. That's on either, clamped to either side of that pressure switch. So I should get so that's awesome. So back here, one of those 3 wires, probably the yellow or the orange, is my brake light. So I got to send power to the switch, and then from the switch to that brake, splice it into one of those lines up here into here somewheres, and that'll illuminate my brake light. So I need keyed power. I don't want power there all the time. I want keyed power. So holy shit. I love it. I love it. It's very rewarding when you get something fixed and it works, and you're just patient enough to get her done. So one more video maybe, once I get that wire spliced in there and get my brake light shining. Might go for a ride tonight on this honey. Take this honey for a ride. Maybe I can get my other honey, get on her honey. Ciao. There it is. There it is. 100% complete. 100% complete. I've done everything. Everything is done. Everything is done. What can I say? I know what I can say. It was 1 year today that my son Ryan shipped this to me. 22nd of August, 2023. He shipped it to me. Ain't that weird? And I'm 100% complete. It took about 10, 12 days to get here. So 12 days, less than a year, it took me to working on this to get it. There's lots of people to thank. Sean, Ralph, Luke, Joey, Goldie. Lots of people to thank. It's going for its mechanical fitness inspection tomorrow morning. I've got a 10-day pass to ride it. It's awesome. I'll let you know how it goes tomorrow. Well, let me tell you, who's that? That's my buddy Bruce Goldsmith, Goldie's Garage on YouTube. Check him out. I've known Bruce for a long time. We were stokers together in the Navy. You've seen Bruce probably on my Wrenching for Wellness channel. We came out and we talked about his bikes that he's got. We just loaded this back up again. We did a mechanical fitness inspection on it, and it passed. So we're good to go. We're going to the registry. What do you think, Bruce?
Good to go. We're all set. All you got to do now is drive it.
That's right. Yeah. Put some miles on it.
That's part of the maintenance.
Yeah.
If you don't drive it, you're not maintaining it.
That's right. All right, folks. So there you go. One more little bit before I put this up, and we'll be riding it with a plate on it real soon. Thanks. Let's ride it. So yeah, I think we got her done. You saw the inspection went well. Tomorrow I'll be going for my antique plate out Sackville, Access, Nova Scotia. But we're gonna put some miles on it today. I gotta get 500 on it and get the oil changed. And don't come onto it, just drive it like a grandma and have a bunch of fun. So the journey's been good. I thank Ralph for everything he did for me. Thank Sean for everything he did for me. My wife's cousin Joey, he helped me a little bit. Luke, my buddy Luke, gave me some suggestions all along and helped me. And yeah, it's a completed journey. We don't talk about the feeling you get when you complete something, but I'm going to tell you right now, it's a beautiful feeling. It really, really is. Seeing something come from a mess in 100 pieces, and then it turns into something. I'm very happy, very happy. It's not like I need another motorcycle, but wrenching for wellness is a thing. I know I haven't done any videos on my other channel, but we'll get there. We'll get there. Summer's been busy, and we'll get back to it. So let's get this thing started. It's cold. It hasn't been running. It ran yesterday. So let's see what happens. So gas, keys on, got my neutral light, a few squirts, enrichener. pay attention to what I'm doing.